A massive cargo ship was heading straight at me. Everyone thought it would stop on its own, but it showed no signs of slowing down. We panicked and ran for our lives. On the way home, traffic came to a sudden stop. My wife got out to see what was going on, but she noticed the cars were completely empty. On the doorframe, she saw a label, autopilot enabled. She was about to figure it out when another car suddenly appeared behind her. She jumped back in and drove us away, but more and more Teslas were filling the road. Back home, the internet was down. My wife and I were playing with blocks and talking. Suddenly, we live far from town. A visitor was unusual. I grabbed a weapon and opened the door. Two strangers stood there. Before I could speak, he explained. He was the owner of this house. We'd rented it online and never met in person. I hesitated, but let them in. George told me his area had lost power, so he drove back here overnight. He said he tried calling, but couldn't reach my wife, so he had no choice but to show up. My wife said no, according to the rental agreement. This house was ours for now. George didn't argue. He walked to the closet and took out a stack of cash. He said he'd refund half the rent. I accepted the money and tried to calm my wife. Just then, the television let out a piercing alert. The country had entered a state of emergency. We all stared at the screen in silence. I offered George and his daughter the basement, but Rose wasn't happy. She quietly said this was her home, and now she was being pushed underground. Later that night, the television lit up again. A breaking news report came on. The country was under a massive cyber attack. The next morning, Julia found the internet was still down. She asked me to drive to town and check, but as soon as I hit the road, I saw thick red smoke rising at the far end. I turned the car around and stepped on the gas, but no matter how fast I went, the smoke seemed to follow. I couldn't outrun the circle it was forming around me.